Okay, let's talk about hatch. The hatch command lives here, and we can click on hatch. Also, the hatch command lives in the draw hatch menu as well. When you get involved in hatch, and either you can pick it here or type it in or go get it, you're going to notice this hatch tab lights up. If you were to open that up, it's going to open up the ribbon. This is one of the first times we're talking about the ribbon. A lot of information here to help you hatch, different hatch patterns that we can take a look at. It defaults to ANSI 31, which is a standard hatch pattern. And we're going to be involved right now with just like picking points. So first, let's draw an object. Maybe we'll copy that. And we'll draw another odd shape object here. So if I go and get hatch, open up the ribbon, I'm going to deal with pick points. And basically all we're doing is, and it's even highlighting what the hatch is going to be like before I click, but we're going to click in that boundary, right click to say OK, and we've simply done a hatch pattern. If we get into hatch again, open up the ribbon, we can play around with the scale of it. Let's say we scale it down to 3. And let's change the hatch pattern if we choose. And it's the same concept, picking a point, and it shows us the new hatch pattern at a smaller scale. And right click, we're done. Pretty simple. Same thing here, right? Right click will bring us back to hatch. And just hovering over that area is going to allow the exact same hatch pattern, same scale, to take place. You could double click on it, change the scale here. Let's make it a little bit bigger, let's say 10. And you can see that makes the hatch pattern much larger. Pretty simple thing to do. But if you remember, we're hatching on the paper because that's where the UCS icon is, right? We've talked about the UCS prior to this. So the UCS is on the paper. We're on the paper. Let me bring up another drawing. Here's the rest. This is a drawing that you're going to be working on, or maybe you've done already. Notice, we're not on the paper when we have to hatch, right? That hatch pattern is on the solid. That solid is not on the paper, right? So if we're going to hatch where the UCS icon is, we have to move the UCS icon to allow us to hatch on this new plane that we're going to develop in space here. For example, back to our original drawing. I'll get into a southwesterly. Here's an object. And let's say I want to put a hatch pattern on this vertical surface. Well, right now if I hatch, I'm on the paper. I want to be on that vertical surface, so I need to move the UCS icon. And just rotate this a little bit more. So like we've learned already, we type in UCS, and one click is 0, 0, 0. The second click sets the x-axis in a positive direction, and the third click will set the y-axis. Now we're on that plane in space, just like we've learned already. Go get hatch, open up the tab. Maybe we're going to do a different hatch pattern. ANSI 38 is for aluminum. Let's pick that one. Right now we'll keep the same scale, pick points, and I'm just going to highlight this area here. Right click. There's a hatch for aluminum. on that plane in space. Let's hatch again, and I'm going to pick this rectangular area. Notice it gave us a hatch, but it didn't hatch on that face because I didn't have the UCS icon there, right? It hatched, but it continued to be on the same plane. If I wanted to hatch on this vertical surface here, 90 degrees to it, I've got to move the UCS icon. So let's undo for a minute. UCS, click, set the X, there's the Y, and we can hatch here. So the hatch pattern, excuse me, the hatch command is pretty simple. All right, but getting the hatch to appear where you want it to, we've got to move the UCS icon to do it. Okay, that's it for now.